Gentlemen, it's time for another pep talk. PEP, passionately empowering people. Today's topic is BBF. BBF, and that stands for be bold, be beautiful, be free. Uh, Back in the days, I've told y'all before. I used to have some hoop dreams. Wanted to be a famous basketball player. Wanted to get in the NBA, and I shared with y'all that for some reason, and during high school, my high school years, I couldn't really play in front of my high school coach because I had a mind block. I created that stumbling block myself. I lived down to his expectations, my coach's expectations, instead of living up to my full potential. But anytime I played anywhere else, I was the man. Double digits all the time. I remember playing at a rec league, scored 39 points in one game. We won that game. The very next game came back, scored 38 points. Just doing some unbelievable creating some unbelievable plays, and just getting out there doing it. But I had a mindset of being unconscious, just saying, hey, I'm gonna be bold. I'm not gonna be afraid to do whatever it takes to get the ball in the basket, do whatever it takes to win. And I wanted to do it beautifully. I wanted to be graceful out there. I wanted people to say, man, he is on fire all the time. And the unconsciousness part of it, I wanted to be free. I wanted to be able to be on the court and do what I wanted to do, and be confident enough to know that it was going to work out. So I did that. I lived up to my potential, and it wasn't with my high school, but anywhere else I played, I was the man. And it got to where I could show up on the court, and people, just by the way I carried myself, even though they never saw me play, it's like, yeah, I want him on my team. So I just want to encourage people today to be bold, be beautiful, and be free. Be bold about your dreams. Your future, your family's future is very important, and you got to be bold. You cannot be afraid. Fear is a crippling disease, and I know, because it crippled me. I allowed it to cripple me during my high school days, playing basketball in front of my high school coach. I was afraid to mess up, and I was afraid I wasn't going to do well, and it crippled my performance. So as kings and queens, it's going to take some guts to get to where you're going. You got to be bold. You got to be courageous enough to step out on faith. Fear can be fatal. It can kill your dreams. So don't be afraid to be bold. You are the main ingredient in your recipe for success. You've got to DIY. DIY. Do it yourself. DIY. Sorry about that. Do it yourself. DIY. You got to participate in your own rescue. Some people want everything laid out for them, and then they'll say, okay, yeah, I can go and do that. No, you got to participate in your own rescue. If you're willing to do your part, if you're not willing to do your part, you can't expect somebody else to carry you across the finish line, because you're not even worthy. You're not willing to take the first step to be bold and step out on faith, and be careful that you don't get analysis paralysis. Don't be surveying the rough road or the terrain ahead, or the landscape ahead, and just trying to figure out the right move to make, so much so that you don't make any moves, that you don't get into action. And be bold. Don't get analysis paralysis. Be bold. Be courageous enough, be brave enough to take a chance on yourself, because you are powerful beyond measure. You are great. You can do some great things if you allow yourself to. So be bold. And you also got to be beautiful. Why do you need to be beautiful? I believe a smile should be a part of your daily dress code. There's Sidney Poitier wrote I think it was a book he wrote, The Measure of a Man. And it pretty much talks about You know, when you take a walk, when you go for a walk with somebody or a jog or whatever, either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to? Start with yourself. Look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see somebody bold? Do you see somebody beautiful? Do you see somebody who's free? If you don't, you should. You should see that. Every time you look in the mirror, you should say that with confidence. I am bold, I am beautiful, and I am free. And you not only got to smile on the outside, but you got to smile on the inside as well. You see, love is a sweet melody we can all sing together, but it begins with a smile. And I believe we should all live out the 5 L's of a healthy life. Live, love, laugh,